Across the kingdom of the land, the lion is known as the king of the savanna, ruling the grasslands with strength and confidence. In the murky river, however, that authority is challenged by the Nile crocodile. When these two apex predators meet, the boundary between their worlds becomes a test of survival. Tension rises in the shallow water, where both species are drawn by food gathering near the shoreline. As the male lion closes in on its target, the water suddenly falls unnaturally still. In an instant, the crocodile launches a powerful jaw strike, forcing the lion to retreat, climb back onto the bank, while the crocodile secures the food. The situation becomes even more dangerous when the pride must swim across deep river channels. The lion's 420-pound body becomes slower and loses much of its agility in the water. Although the entire pride remains alert, the slower swimming pace of a cub creates an opening for the hidden ambush. When the crocodile closes in through the murky water, almost every rescue attempt comes too late. Encounters between crocodiles and lions occur regularly along many of Africa's major rivers. The lion's courage is beyond question. Yet in the water, the crocodile holds the advantage, and survival belongs to the one that knows its domain best. Nile crocodiles and hippos share the same aquatic habitat, creating a neighborhood defined by constant tension and a complex relationship. Living in the same river, both species are highly territorial and fiercely protect their own space. Hippos often rely on their massive bodies, weighing around 4,000 pounds, along with their assertive behavior to intimidate and dominate crocodiles. Over the years, this ongoing rivalry places crocodiles under constant pressure both on land and in the water. Groups of hippos frequently disrupt hunting attempts, causing their rivals to lose valuable feeding opportunities. When isolated among a pod of hippos, even this powerful freshwater predator can be overwhelmed by their combined strength. Over time, that pressure becomes an instinctive caution whenever crocodiles share the same river. However, the balance of power shifts when a young hippo becomes separated from its mother in an isolated stretch of water. Its inexperience and lack of protection unexpectedly trigger the crocodile's instinct to seize a rare feeding opportunity. A swift attack follows, allowing the crocodile to reaffirm its role as one of the river's top predators. In addition, this reptile also benefits from food provided by aging hippos that naturally collapse or can no longer survive. By making use of these food sources, crocodiles help clear the river and reduce the buildup of organic waste. Far from the rivers of Africa, Brazil's Pantanal unfolds as a vast maze of waterways where reed beds and wetlands merge into one landscape. Here, the Yacaré caiman dominates the region's extensive aquatic ecosystems. Measuring about 8 feet long and weighing nearly 120 pounds, it remains hidden beneath dark mud along flooded pathways. Yet its dominance is constantly challenged by the jaguar, a powerful big cat weighing around 200 pounds with remarkable close-range strength. From the dense vegetation, the stealthy predator approaches in silence, waiting for the perfect distance before making its move. The constant risk of an attack from the riverbank has driven the caiman to develop exceptionally fast reflexes through evolution. When the jaguar bursts from the reeds, the water instantly becomes the center of an intense struggle for survival. Facing immediate danger, the caiman sweeps its muscular tail through the water to disrupt the predator's approach. If its defensive snap succeeds in creating enough distance, the jaguar often retreats to search for a safer hunting opportunity. Otherwise, even a single mistake beneath the deep water can cost the caiman its life. The Pantanal grants no permanent crown to any species. There, survival belongs to the one that best understands the rhythm of the water, the shoreline, and an opponent's moment of miscalculation. In the wild, antelopes are symbols of speed and constant vigilance. With their lightweight bodies and powerful legs, they can sprint at speeds of around 55 miles per hour to leave danger behind. Yet as they approach the water's edge, that advantage begins to fade because of slippery ground and reduced visibility. When the dry season arrives, major rivers shrink, making the paths down to the water steeper and more hazardous. These riverbanks serve as both a vital water source and an ideal ambush site for the Nile crocodile. The swamp predator patiently conceals itself among vegetation and mud, waiting for thirst to draw its prey within reach. Tension rises as temperatures approach 100 degrees Fahrenheit, leaving antelopes dehydrated and forcing them toward the river. Meanwhile, the crocodile has absorbed enough warmth from the sun, allowing its muscles to reach peak performance. A single misstep into deeper water can instantly erase every advantage of speed on land. A successful hunt provides the crocodile with the nourishment needed to recover after previous unsuccessful attempts. An impala or a waterbuck weighing around 500 pounds provides a substantial source of protein. That meal can sustain a crocodile for many weeks, or even an entire month during the harsh dry season. Unlike other big cats that compete to assert dominance, the cheetah does not approach the water's edge to display its strength. It is the supreme athlete of the open plains, capable of accelerating to nearly 70 miles per hour within seconds. Yet in the Okavango, even this master of speed approaches the riverside trails with caution. Hidden beneath the murky water, the crocodile patiently waits for the slightest vibration. As three cheetahs lower their heads to drink, the calm surface is suddenly broken by a swift burst from below. Faced with jaws capable of generating about 3,700 pounds per square inch of bite force, their natural reflexes allow them to spring clear of danger by only a few inches. Even so, at another bend in the river, one cheetah fails to maintain a safe distance. That single moment of misjudgment costs it the advantage against the power of the crocodile and the conditions of the water. From that moment on, the riverbank becomes more than a place to drink, as it stands as a lasting lesson in speed, instinct, and constant vigilance. Crocodiles do more than hunt prey or confront intruders from the riverbank. Within the river itself, they also compete with one another for sunning sites, access points to the shore, and feeding areas. Large males usually control the most favorable stretches of the river, where dominance is maintained through strength. As the breeding season approaches, mature males become highly aggressive. They repeatedly lash their tails across the water to signal territorial ownership. If a rival crosses the boundary, an internal confrontation begins to re-establish the natural order. During the dry season, rivers gradually shrink into isolated muddy pools. Hundreds of crocodiles are forced into confined spaces where food becomes increasingly scarce. As cold-blooded reptiles, crocodiles can survive for months without eating, yet those harsh conditions place them under intense pressure. As food resources decline, larger crocodiles may prey on smaller or weaker individuals to survive the period of scarcity. This behavior is more than simple competition, as it also serves as a natural process of population regulation. Through this process, the population maintains its social order, strong genetic traits, and long-term ecological balance. Savanna ecosystem. The relationship between spotted hyenas and leopards is a tense competition for survival. The leopard is a solitary predator, known for its silence, precision, and control of space. Its remarkable adaptation allows it to drag prey, weighing over 150 pounds, up into tree branches around 20 feet high to secure ownership of its resources. Yet that elevated zone of safety is never entirely guaranteed. The keen sense of smell of spotted hyenas can detect food traces carried on even the slightest breeze. Once the signal spreads through the group, they move continuously, following the scent to find an opportunity to close in. As soon as a leopard makes a successful hunt and prepares to lift its catch into a tree, pressure builds rapidly. 3 to 5 hyenas spread out, narrowing the angles and forcing the leopard to react within seconds. Facing both numerical pressure and a powerful bite force, the leopard must commit all its energy to climbing quickly to higher ground. The prey is often left behind on the ground, becoming a reward for the hyena clan. At times, driven by hunger, the experienced hunter may respond with firm warning actions. Younger hyenas pull back, creating a brief and fragile balance between both sides. Even so, the leopard's individual skill can sometimes yield to the positional discipline and collective pressure of the hyena clan. In the wild, taking risks always comes with a significant cost. If hyenas represent the discipline of the pack, lions embody individual strength on the savanna. An adult male lion can weigh around 500 pounds, far exceeding most spotted hyenas at roughly 180 pounds. Yet between these long-standing rivals, size alone does not determine the outcome. Each encounter depends on numbers and psychological limits, where collective pressure continuously tests the resolve of the grassland's dominant predator. When a food source appears, a male lion steps out from the brush and moves forward with purpose. Massive shoulder muscles and a bite force estimated at around 650 pounds per square inch immediately create a clear mechanical advantage. The space opens up as several hyenas on the outer edge step back to maintain distance. When a weaker individual is restrained, a direct confrontation becomes highly unfavorable for the hyenas. The balance shifts when a younger lion becomes separated from its group in open ground. Calls from hyenas carry for miles, drawing in more individuals and turning caution into a tightening circle. They divide directions and take turns moving closer, forcing the lion to constantly turn and defend. When the situation reaches 4 against 1, collective pressure places the stronger animal at a disadvantage, and the lion is eventually forced to withdraw. On the savanna, the one that controls distance often controls the encounter. As a result, lion meals are frequently contested by resourceful hyena clans. While a lion can overpower a hyena in a direct clash, it struggles to withstand the sustained pressure of a large group and their persistent psychological tactics. Across the Serengeti grasslands, the topi lives in a constant state of readiness. Long legs, lean muscle, and speeds exceeding 50 miles per hour allow it to maintain distance from many threats. But across this vast landscape, speed only matters when awareness is uninterrupted. Spotted hyenas wait patiently for that exact moment. As midday temperatures approach 90 degrees Fahrenheit, an adult toppy moves into the shade to ease the heat. From the distant low grass, hyenas track every subtle change in its posture. At the slightest sudden movement, the topi reacts instantly, rising, lowering its head, and using its horns to create space. It surges across the dry ground, relying on speed to break away from the growing pressure behind it. The hyenas follow closely, maintaining steady pressure until the target gradually loses its advantage. The close of this cycle leaves no visible trace of conflict, only a quiet transfer of energy. That cycle continues to sustain the endless rhythm of the wild. In that balance, hyenas are not only scavengers, but also persistent hunters.